In the grand scheme of things, how's your confidence? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2062. Unbelievable. 2062 days. I have hopped on here and shared what's going on with me with respect to going from the offline world to the online world. And I made the mistake this morning as I'm creating my content, my videos, of going back and looking past, you know how Facebook will recommend past memories? Well, I went back and I looked at a snippet of some of my videos from previous years, and as embarrassing as they are, I think I'm most embarrassed that they're not much better and that I need to make some massive changes in what I'm doing with respect to video. You know, I started doing an annual challenge, a daily annual challenge about 5 years ago. 2018, I think, is when I've done annual challenges. I've done challenges my entire life because I am a believer in learning and growing and continuous improvement. But about 5 years ago, I wanted to get comfortable doing live video. So in order to do that, I started to say, okay, I'm gonna do a daily challenge. Every day I'm gonna get online, no matter what I look like, no matter what I feel like, I'm gonna do a challenge. And so I started out with these little books, and I don't have them handy right now, but for the first 3 years of doing these challenges, I did these books. The do one thing every day that scares you was to stretch your comfort zone. Then the next year I did do one thing every day that makes you happy, do one fun thing every day. I can't remember. I did 4 of them, I think. And then I started doing my own. Last year, I did do one thing every day that continuously improves us, the BU 365-day challenge. And then this year is the Get Your Goals annual challenge. And every day we're talking about some area or aspect of goals. And last year and this year both, following the pandemic and all that craziness, I revisited, and I've done it for decades, but my way of structuring my life using a life framework that I learned from Tony Robbins in like the late 80s. And so sometimes I was really good about using it, other times not so much. It's like setting goals and writing down goals and gratitude journals and all the tools we learn about throughout our lifetime. Sometimes we use them, sometimes we don't. And we use them when we need them the most, and then we forget about them. It's kind of like how people pray and look toward spiritual well-being and life. You know, when they're having a health crisis or someone in their life passes away, all of a sudden they're very religious and they're all into praying and things. But other times, not so much. Depends on, of course, the individual. I'm just speaking in generalities. But I had a wake-up call today that, okay, I think I'm continuously improving, but I started doing this so that I wouldn't be afraid to do videos. Well, I'm not afraid to do videos anymore. I do 3 a day, every day, and I have for the last several years. And, you know, everybody gives me a hard time. People criticize what they don't understand, why you're doing it. I don't do it for them. I do it for me, right? I do it to keep myself going. Especially during the pandemic, it was important to me to show up every day. That's why I did an annual challenge, but in addition to that, I did every other month in 2020 and 2021, the Get Up and Go challenge. Why? Because I needed to get up and go. I needed to keep moving forward and figuring things out as the world was changing so crazily and quickly around me, just like everyone else needed to. And I figured if I was going through that, other people needed a little bit of motivation to keep moving forward too, because so much was out of our personal control. Yet we can always control how we respond to the things that are going on around us. But sometimes we need a reminder of that. So today our idiom was in the grand scheme of things. And in the grand scheme of things for Supersize Your Business, what is that? How does my business fit into that? How is what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what I'm choosing, and my decisions, my emotions, my beliefs and attitudes, how does that fit into the big picture of my life? Because I'm not going to look at everything else. The definition of it is how does one thing compare to everything else? Well, everything else isn't really pertinent to my life. Everything else in my life is pertinent to my life. So how does supersizing my business fit into the grand scheme of the rest of my life? How important is it? Where does it fit in priority orders? We talked about that. And then we did an interesting exercise in today's challenge. We're focusing on confidence goals this month. And I asked the question, just fill in the blanks. Life is blank and blank. And then challenge people to just randomly what the first 2 things that pop into your head are. Fill in those blanks and then go read today's write-up in the private Facebook group, the Get Up and Go Challenge private Facebook group page. There's a write-up of, well, depending on what your answers are, this is what type of responses and what you're focusing on and the impact it has on your level of confidence. So if you have optimistic, type responses, that's good, because that means you're positive and looking for opportunities and optimistic about the future and about your life right now. And just because we're not optimistic about our life right now doesn't mean we haven't been or won't be in the future optimistic about life in general. So that was our exercise today, and I haven't done it yet. I want to be more random and more what pops up first for me, like I'm asking the people in the challenge to be, as I do that exercise today. And I think it's just like, the DISC analysis and personality tests and interest tests. Sometimes when we just answer a series of questions or figure out what pops up and what feels right to us right now, we learn things about ourselves that are there all the time, but we're not necessarily able to see right now. So, and sometimes we look in the mirror and we think, okay, I look pretty good today. Other times we look in the mirror and they're like, oh my God, it looks like I got hit by a Mack truck. Well, do we really look that much different than we did the one time or the other that we look in the mirror? Probably not, but our perception and our perspective and our thoughts and our beliefs and our experiences, what's going on at the time, has a huge impact on everything we think and feel about different things. So some of the things I'm thinking about today. Saturday here, so weekend. I love the weekend. I get to spend a lot of time with my granddaughters. That always brings me a lot of joy. But if I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow just to fill you in on what's going on, the content I'm creating, etc. And maybe I'll watch some more of my videos today and actually have a strategic plan going forward. Have a great day.